be a part of our journey, our lifelong friends. And the women, Rose, Saoirse, and I, were the three women on the farm at the time. We all have Leo moons. We're all this fiery, creative, very outspoken women. And we also had 4 men with us that complemented us so well, and we all went on adventures, and it was very beautiful. And if you are looking to travel somewhere and also do it on a budget, we had our accommodation and food provided, and we worked 25 hours a week. And also at this time we got to learn about farming, and Corey taught us so much about the soil and how to make compost. And if you're ever interested in that, you can leave a comment and I'll explain everything I learned about composting, a year-long compost project, having biochar, creating like this ancient technique to mix the compost with this biochar that comes from, this technique comes from the Amazon, and housing the microbes in the soil. And he had a worm farm, and we got to feed the worms. And then Brie, his wife, had a greenhouse, and we got to make our own garden. And from seed to planting to harvesting, we got to do everything. And they also had a business of creating really delicious smoothies and popsicles and lemonades. And I would wake up and be on a farm day and pick the lemons, and then the next day I would be in the kitchen juicing the lemons, and then the next day I'd be working in the smoothie stand selling the lemonade. And it was incredible. So shout out, aloha ola. And we also immersed ourselves in this community. So we had this vision of creating a community, an online / like eventually in-person community. And it's a whole vision that I will share eventually. And it ended up turning into a magazine, which we thought we were just going to do like a little magazine newsletter. And then the magazine is what this project turned into. And what it created was this physical thing of our art and all the art of the community. And I'm a photographer, so I got to take pictures and go to the farmer's market and be like, hey, you make beautiful projects, Sarah. From Awaku. I need to really get the pronunciation. Awaku body care. But Sarah, she creates the most beautiful herbal products, and I ended up creating a relationship with her, talking about her dreams. She really, her dream is to have a communal space with a communal garden, a medicine garden, a silent women's garden, and people to live there and tend to the land and create products and sell their products. And I got to take pictures of her, put her in the magazine, do rituals, do everything, and put it in this magazine and share people's writing and share people's art, everyone I met. And it was the most beautiful way to connect with people, because I would just go up to someone and be like, I love your work, I love your art, I love your vibe, can I take a picture? And then I'm going to put it in this magazine, and then maybe we'll spread it across the world, and it'll be a worldwide magazine. But then then the universe once again did universal things, and it said, Violet, I'm going to give you a lot of resistance, and things are going to seemingly fall apart, and you're going to get triggered, other people are going to get triggered, there's going to be distance, the depth, the richness, it's going to be seemingly kind of gone, and you're going to have to leave. So, get a message, hey, it's time for you to go. Sounds so dramatic, but basically a series of events happened where it became obvious that it was time for me to go. And Kauai is apparently, and also I do agree with this, a very rich place, and it tells you when you come, and it also tells you when you go. So, to respect the Aina, I was like, all right, it's time for me to move on. And I said goodbye to my family, and it was very beautiful and sad and delicious and yummy and all the things, and it was a perfect transition. And I went to Big Island to go see the volcano erupt, Pele, the goddess Pele. Once I found out I was leaving Kauai, I traveled with my love to Big Island, and we stopped the magazine because of life. And I prayed for Pele. All right, you were in my dreams. I'm here. I'm about to leave. Let's give it a last eruption. And so I got to see on February 15th a very large eruption, and that was very beautiful, and I'm very grateful. Then I go back to Kauai. I say my final goodbyes. I eat cake on the ocean, by the ocean, chocolate cake, vegan dark chocolate, coconut cake, so exquisite. And I know that I'm going to Costa Rica, because when I found out that I was leaving Kauai, another synchronistic full circle moment was a couple of years back. I was in a book club with my friend Lauren. She started this online book club for women who run with wolves, which is an excellent book about the woman's psyche and the process of living out a woman lineage and life, which is very different than the hero's journey, and layered and complex and beautiful and so supportive. And in this book club, she got together all these really beautiful, powerful women, and we met online, and we met whenever, really randomly, over the course of at least a year. And I had gotten to know this beautiful woman named Ananda. And Ananda moved from Hawaii to Costa Rica. She was on Oahu, and this was prior to me coming to Kauai. She moved from Hawaii to Costa Rica, and she was staying at this place where she's now tending the land and the house, and she wants to do retreat centers, or we're getting it ready for retreats and intimate gatherings. And I saw on her story, she's like, I'm looking for someone who will help with chef work or garden work for the retreats. And I woke up one morning, and I had no idea where I was going next. And I woke up and I was like, first of all, I was like, Fire Horse, New Year's, and Ananda. I'm gonna go to Costa Rica. So I went to Costa Rica. Actually, I messaged her and I was like, can I come to Costa Rica? And she, of course, it was perfect, synchronistic. And now we're here, and this is week 2 in Costa Rica. The first week, I was very sad. I was like so sleepy. I could barely get up out of bed. I was recovering. I was getting molded into the Pura Vida lifestyle, so to speak. And now things are moving up again, and we are doing our women's groups, our women's gatherings, and we are calling in the second phase of the magazine. Rose and I are reconnecting, and we are coming together every single Friday, calling in women across the globe for tea time. And tea time is getting your cup of tea. It's 6:30 Central Time. And we are drinking our tea or our cacao, and we're just talking about our life, our art. We're connecting as women. We are building a network and an ecosystem across the world. And then whoever wants to join the magazine team, we are creating a new magazine that features your art, your gifts, your writing, and we are creating a network across the globe of women and artists who are here to build something beautiful. And I can't really say too much more because it's a collaborative effort. And our first meeting is March 13th 6:30 Central Time. And if you would like to join, please leave a comment or message me, and we can start gossiping, creating, meeting together. It's gonna look like Costa Rica, a few girls meeting, hopping on Zoom, having their tea, speaking, saying, sharing, loving. A few girls in Hawaii having their tea, speaking, sharing, loving, creating. A few girls across the globe, in America, wherever. Okay. Much love. Thank you for listening to my story, and fuck it. The dream journey, eternity in God. Always and siempre, full circle. Soy burbuja.